What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Hope everyone is having a great day. And it's Wednesday. That means it is time for our Bargain Bin Wax Wednesday video. This is episode number 6, 1988 Fleer. But before we get into it, would ask if you could drop down, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell for notifications, leave a comment, and make sure you slam that like button. So let's go ahead and get into it. 1988 Fleer Baseball. I used to think of like Hostess Twinkies back when I would open these when I was a kid. I don't know why. It was just because of the red, yellow, and blue design. We got the hawk there on the front, the great Andre Dawson. 36 packs, 15 cards per pack. And we spent a total of $30 on this box. So that brings our 6-week total to $150. So I think we've done pretty good. So let's see what we can find in here tonight. We're going to get a lot of these stickers. That was Fleer's thing back then. Mike Heath, Donnie Moore, O.W. McDowell, Mike Lacrosse, Randy Reddy, Tom Bolton, Darryl Strawberry. Nice. There's Ricky Henderson. Always talk about Ricky Henderson cards. Drebeck, Steve Carlton, Mike Jackson, Scott Bales, Dave Parker, and Juan Beniquez. So we're going to stick these over to the side, because I'm sure by the time this video is over, we're going to have quite a bit of those stickers to go with. So you get kind of two types. You get the one that's got like, it's kind of like a baseball on a little stand. And then you get the one that's got the logos and then these little strips to add to it. There's Mike Young, Tim Leary. Not a whole lot of big-time rookies in here. Tartable, Paul Kilgus. Look at that mustache. Wow, for the Rangers. Bob Boone. There's Cecil. Cards one is kind of not very, just kind of stuck together a little bit. And Dan Gladden. Not stuck in the sense of like 93 upper deck, but they don't really kind of slide all that great. So we could find Mark Grayson here, Tom Glavine in 88 Fleer. But past that, not a whole lot of really great, phenomenal break the bank rookies. Matt Young, there's a Changing the Guard in Boston. There's King Griffey Sr., Fred Lynn with the Orioles. He's got a little collar going on underneath. That's kind of neat. Langston, there is a checklist. Jim Morrison. Kelly Downs. There's Don Baylor. Gary Templeton and Wes Gardner. Yeah, I don't know why, but I always kind of thought of like Hostess Twinkies or other things with these cards. I guess just the design for some reason. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Leon Durham with those great late 80s, early 90s glasses. Kruko. There's Tony Gwynn. Got the curl going. Looks pretty good. There's Cal Ripken Jr. A couple nice cards back to back. There's Eck, a little white spot there on his. Oh, no, good. That wasn't. I thought that was a printing thing, but it wasn't. There's Gubaza, Greg Myers, and Greg Tabor prospects, and then we end with Edwin Correa. There's a Cubs and M's sticker. Thurman, Marty Barrett, Fitzgerald, Chris Bando, Paul Noce. Okay, I don't remember him. Kenny Williams, Dave Anderson, Deion James, Dave Schmidt, Mickey Brantley, Lance Johnson. There's the White Sox. Patterson, Newman. Don Carmen, Tony Fernandez, Danny Darwin, Daryl Boston. There's Rhino. Kevin Kaufman. And these cards just don't want to slide. Gutterman, Matt Williams, Jeff Robinson, Mark Davis. Got Greg Maddux staring us there in the back. Ruffin, there's Lloyd Ted Mosby. Dune, Reardon, and I drop him. Then we get a Fleer All-Star team, Tom Hinkie. 2 of 12. We'll set that one aside. There's another checklist. Cerruti, Quirk, Jim Rice, Jeff Reed, Don Robinson, and there is the Greg Maddux card. Looks like it had got a little bit of the wax stain on the back of it there from the glue. But at least I guess it was on the back of the card, not the front. The M's. Aramis, Fletcher, Robbie Thompson, Rick Honeycutt. I think Rick Honeycutt had some kind of interesting baseball cards over the years. Joe Niekro, he's got the knuckleball geared up and ready to go. Corey Snyder, Buddy Bell. There's Crunch Time with Strawberry and Eric Davis and Dave Smith. Yeah, Rick Honeycutt had some, not as cool as Ricky Henderson, but he does have a couple cards where it's kind of like he tries to be, you tell he's trying to be a little bit too Joe Cool, knowing that he's getting his picture taken for his baseball card. There's Reggie, Quisenberry, Manwaring, and John Burkett for major prospects. Jack Howell, Lance Parrish, Classic Relief, Rigetti and Plesac. Matthews, Junior Ortiz in those sweet old Pirate uniforms. Blyleven, and Furman and Reed for major prospects. Cecil Cooper. There's Thomas, Boddicker, Jose Cruz. There's Harold Reynolds. Walt Terrell. Pete O'Brien. Molinado. Eric Plunk. Great name for a pitcher. Jimmy Jones. There's Oil Can Boyd. Another great name for a pitcher. There's one of the good pitchers, Doc, and Dave Rigetti. Another good pitcher. Dave Rigetti was a good pitcher. Let's move these over here. Cleveland sticker. There's Dale Murphy. Nice. Chet Lemon. Ken Gerhardt. Ralph Bryant. Tony Phillips. Hubie Brooks. Browning. Guzman. Mookie Wilson. And Wally Joyner. Steve Farr, Jack Clark. There's Wade Boggs, Dennis Martinez, Ed Lynch, Sosha, Canseco and McGuire, Oakland's power team. That's a neat card. Ron Gant, Mike Griffin, Young, Scott Bradley, and Larry Herndon. Got Eddie Murray on the back. Gagne, there's Mike Maddox. Joe Carter, Barry Larkin, nice. Tried and true slugger, Schmidt and Carter. Gary Carter. Dave Meads. Manrique, there's the Hawk. Rob Deere, there's our Tom Glavine rookie. That's a nice one. Looks like his card's not too bad shape either. Pretty good, considering how old it is. There's Kirk Gibson, Martinez, and Eddie Murray. That will probably be the best pack we pull tonight. Some nice cards in that one. I would say that's going to be our best pack. The old Tigers logo always cracks me up. The eyes on that thing looks like, oh, looks more shocked than anything. There is Gwynn and Raines. Gwynn and Rains. It almost sounds like I'm saying when it rains. Claudell Washington. Mike Diaz. Jeff Treadway. Gene Garber. Those sweet powder blues. Pendleton, Steve Crawford. Wallace Johnson and some powder blues. Raphael, I never took steroids. Palmeiro. One of the few foul balls I've ever gotten at a baseball game came off of Raphael Palmeiro when he was here at the Rangers. And I have no idea where it is, and I could care less to ever see it. Lenny Dykstra, there's Dave Winfield. Wally Ritchie, Ed Vandenberg, John Franco, Rob Malakote. Look at those uniforms. Look at that stash there. Nice. Bannister and Jerry Mumphrey. Yeah, I could care less to find that baseball. No idea where that baseball is. I'm sure it's somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Royal sticker on it. Looks like we got another all-star card. Tim Raines. There's Saberhagen. Stillwell. Steve Bichelle. This is one of his funny. Look at his neck. His head sticking out. Looks real funny. Ugh. Mike Witt. Jesse Barfield. Rick Manning. Dan Pasqua. There's the contract. Gene Larkin. Matt Noakes. Tigers catcher. He is number 1 of 12. Okay. Another checklist. And Garth Org. I don't know how to say his name. There's the Orioles. Spike Owen, Randy St. Clair, Jay Bell, Les Lancaster. There's everyone's favorite hated player, Harold Baines. There is Hershiser, Eric Bell, Kevin Bass, Steve Lake. Look at the size of that catcher's mitt. Mark Thurman, McCaskill, Dale Mahoric. About halfway through the box here. The California Angels sticker. David Palmer, Sheets, Hatcher. We get a Mark Grace rookie and Darren Jackson, major prospects. Nice. Petrie, Johnny Ray, Jeff Russell, Jose Uribe, Terry Steinbach, Joey Cora, Nipper, Keith Hernandez, Tom Stoddard, and Tuffle. I despise Keith Hernandez. Glenn Hubbard, Mike Moore, Bob Melvin, Sheridan, Stan Jefferson, Ken Howell, Mike Davis, Mitch Webster, Frank White. We got Jeff King and Randall Byers, Padres and Pirates prospect. Wilkerson, Ron Darling, Schofield, and Shane Raleigh. There's Candiotti, Robinson, George Bell, Robbie Wine, Jose DeLeon, Jamie Moyer, Mark Clear, Mike Kingery, Hemaker, Henneman, McCullers, Dixon, Tim Cruz, Steve Ontorios. Charles Hudson, and another All-Star. We got 2 stuck there. Frank Viola, and that one is Wade Boggs. Card number 8 of 12. There's a checklist. Seems like when we've gotten a All-Star card, we've also gotten a checklist behind it. I think that's happened just about every time. So we'll have to keep an eye on that going forward. All-Star righties as I drop it. See if that keeps happening. I doubt we pull, we're halfway through the box. We pulled 3 of those cards. I doubt we pull we might get 2 more, I would say. So we'll have to see. We definitely won't get the full 12, but Hit King and the Thief. Morris, there's Kittle with some print defect up there. Reynolds, Hume, Gruber, Davis, and Danny Cox. Another Seattle. It's got the Kingdom on the back. Carney Lansford, Tim Flannery with a surfboard. Okay, cool. Stanley, there's Howard Johnson, Guidry, the other great pitcher name, Bob Walk, Mark Davidson, Calhoun, Brett Butler, Ted Power, game closers, Franco and Bedrosian, Heathcock, great name, Ray Searage, Brian Dayett, I don't remember him, those sweet 80s Cubs jerseys, I always like those, and Paul Molitor. The Hall of Famer Paul Molitor, that is. Craig Reynolds, John Moses, Kurt Ford, Matlock, Gary Lucas, Sierra, Jose Canseco, Abner, Sellers, Gary Carter, there's Willie Randolph, Kipper, Laudner, and Luis Aguayo. I wonder if we will pull the soon-to-be Hall of Famer, Fred McGriff, out of here. Not sure how I feel about Scott Rolen possibly getting in. I don't really think that his numbers stand up against a lot of the other. There's Bo Jackson. That's a nice one. Against some of the other players, I don't know. I kind of feel like some of the standards have started to lower in the past 10 years just to get some of these guys in. I'm not really sure Rolen really deserves to be in on the regular voting, maybe through the committee, but I don't know about regular voting. Sean Dunston. There's Big Bats at first. I was reading an article today. They were talking about they kind of feel that because of his position, there's only, I think they said 18 third basemen in the Hall of Fame. So there's not a lot. It's not a position that's really hold a lot of Hall of Famers. And I think they were trying to use that as some sort of excuse as to why he should get in. I didn't really buy into that. Slugging shortstops, Fernandez, Ripken Jr., and Trammell. I didn't really buy into that. I'm not sure that just because he plays third base, that should automatically, with his numbers being kind of just run-of-the-mill of, in my opinion, just kind of run-of-the-mill of a good player. And he's definitely was a good player. I'm not sure that should really be the deciding factor because he did all of it at third. I've never really bought into that. Oh, because he was a second baseman and he hit, 500 home runs. Or really not even 500, because 500 used to be kind of that mark. When you hit 500, it was almost a shoe-in. But say he hits 400 home runs. Well, he's a second baseman, so that means more. I don't know. I get the argument. It's just, there's Roger Clemens, speaking of Hall of Famer. Should be in the Hall of Fame. But it's hard for me to, to want to buy that completely. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you buy that. Maybe you're like, yeah, absolutely. He's a third baseman, belongs in. Then that's fine. If that's your opinion, that's fine. I got no problem with that. Barry Lyons. There's Donnie Baseball. Should be in. I mean, there's a good example. I mean, I instantly said that. And now I'm sitting here thinking like, well, okay, so if Don Mattingly gets in, then his numbers are somewhat comparable to Scott Rolen, so then Scott Rolen should get in. So, but Donnie Baseball, I'm basically saying should get in through the committee voting. So should Scott Rolen get into the committee voting and not be voted in the traditional way? I don't know. Sutcliffe and Ken Phelps with the glasses and the stash. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I just don't know if he should be in by regular voting. That's all. Bobby Witt, Mitchell, Milt Thompson, Krim, Brian Fisher, Gary Gaetti, and our next one is George Bell. That is numbered 5, and look what's right behind it. Checklist. There's Dave Steeb, Tom Herr, and Bruce Hurst. So if we pull another one, I said we get 2 more. We got, we got 4, 5, 6 packs, including this one. If we pull another one, we'll have to see if there's a checklist behind it. Scott Sanderson, Dave LaPointe, Steve Sachs, Chris Bosio. There's Billy Ripken. He's got the 3 on that bat. Not ready for the F face quite yet, I guess. Dave Bergman, Daryl Miller, Bob Brower, Kevin Mitchell, Kurt Young, Keith Comstock. And then what we got left here? 5 packs to go. Let's see if we can pull another all-star just to kind of hammer home that aspect of the checklist being behind it. Bill Long, Martinez, Greg Brock, Jerry Reed, not the country singer Jerry Reed, Darrell Evans, Eric Show, Rene Gonzalez, Mike Devereaux, Neil Heaton, George Brett, and Terry McGriff. We got 1 McGriff. Let's see if we can pull the other one. 4 packs here. Let's go ahead and get the box out of the way. We got 1 McGriff. Alvin Davis. There's a checklist. Lou Sater. Chuck Finley. Bill Buckner. Hawkins. Sid Fernandez. NL All-Stars. There's Murph and Keith Hernandez. And Julio Franco to end that one. All right. Okay, there's the All-Star. Do we get a checklist behind it? No, we don't. Number 3 of 12. Okay. So that one, a little bit different, but we did get that one on the front instead of kind of middle pack. That's kind of weird a little bit, but hey, it's just the way it goes. The O's brothers, Billy and Cal, Jerry Kennedy, and Mike Scott to end that one. All right, so I was right. We did get 2 more of the All-Star cards. So I was right about that. There's Alan Trammell, Mark Grant, Sharperson, Dennis Lamp, Tim Burke, Willie Wilson, Mario Diaz, and Clay Parker prospects. Mitch Williams, Sutton. There's Mike Schmidt. Dominican Dynamite, George Bell and Pedro Guerrero. David Green, and the surgery, Tommy John. Met Tommy John at a golf tournament. Last pack, and I'm probably going to say that every time I pull one of his cards. All right, last pack for today. Leach, Gary Ward, Aguilera, Smithson, come on, Fred McGriff, Eric Davis, rookie record setter McGuire, Ken Caminiti, Jack McDowell, Jody Davis, Robin Yount, no Fred McGriff, Edgar Martinez, and Chili Davis. That's not too bad of a pack to end on, though. There were some nice players in that one, but no Fred McGriff. We did get one of the McGriffs, but not the Hall of Famer. So that is it for our video today. That was a lot of fun. 1988 Fleer. Some good cards in there. Like I said, it was a $30 box, so we stayed under our $50 limit. That's what this series is all about. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And we'll be seeing you soon on Friday. And we'll be shooting some more stuff throughout the week. Our one-pack videos always come up. And We'll see what we're going to open this Friday. I'm not quite sure what we're going to post yet. I got some stuff up there that we may open it, so we'll see. But I appreciate y'all watching the video, and thanks for stopping by.